Let's make shrimp St. Paul. So for this recipe, you're gonna need some lettuce, some cooked shrimp, or you can cook the shrimp yourself, some bean sprouts, some green onion, some white onion, Texas toast, some eggs, some mayo, some pickles, black pepper, regular salt, granulated onion powder, and garlic powder. Let's get started. Okay, first things first, what we're gonna do is add our shrimp into a bowl, like so. Then we're gonna add in our bean sprouts. That should be enough. Next, we're gonna add in our white onion. Lastly, our green onion. And now we're gonna start seasoning this. So I'm adding in my garlic powder. Enough so that you can taste it. My onion powder. Black pepper. And lastly, sea salt. Now we're going to give that a stir. We have that stirred with all the seasonings, so we're gonna push that to the side. Now we need another bowl, and we're gonna crack our eggs into the bowl. You have to kind of monitor how many eggs you use based off of how much of the stuffing you have of that mixture, because the eggs is what combines it all together. So for right now, I'm gonna do about 6 eggs, and we're gonna see if that's enough. But you have to crack them in a separate bowl because you are going to end up mixing the eggs together first before adding them to your filling. Because if you add the eggs into your filling first without actually scrambling them, then what happens is you'll overmix your filling and you'll get everything broken apart, and you don't want that. So let's go ahead and mix the eggs. Now that our eggs are mixed, we're gonna go ahead and bring our mixture back into the picture. We're gonna pour our eggs in there a little bit at a time, because like I said, you want to see exactly how much, how many you actually need. So this isn't thick enough, so I need more egg. And you'll see what I mean after I get it to the consistency that it needs, which I think this is going to be good enough. And the reason why we seasoned it before we added the egg is because, like I said, once you season, once you add the egg, you don't want to over mix anything. So this is the consistency you want. It's kind of like soup, but not. I can't explain it, but you don't want it to be too watery, but then again, you don't want it to be too thick, because what you have to do is fry them. So that's actually our next step, and we are almost done. So let's head over to the stove. Okay, so we have our grease heated up. It's like on medium high, because this cooks really fast. And I have my filling right here. What I'm going to do is take one of these ladles, and I'm going to just scoop my filling into this, like so. You want to make sure that, and I'll show you what I mean in just 1 second. You want to make sure that the bean sprouts isn't hanging over the side too much, so that the patty will cook in a circular format. So what I mean by that is, you see that? You have a little bit, but not for real. So we're just gonna drop this into the pan like so. Just gonna slide it in. And you are going to have some resemblance from all of it popping, but it's going to form into a patty. You just want to keep making sure that it's cooking. It takes a while to form the patties and to get used to how to do it, but you'll be able to do it. Just be patient. I'm going to take my spatula and flip it as soon as it gets ready. You're just looking for, like I said, for it to form. So you want to just keep throwing some grease on top to keep the patty intact. And you'll know when you can flip it, because it'll be easy to do so. But right now it's not ready. I'm just keeping it in a patty shape. I'm gonna take some of the ladle and put some grease on top to try to get it to cook so it can be flipped. And I think it's ready, so let's go ahead and try to flip it. And like I said, it takes practice. Your first one might be, you know, a mess, but as you keep going, it'll work out for you. See? That's all you have to do. And we're almost done. It doesn't take long. Remember, our shrimp is already cooked. So we're just letting the patty crisp up. Our shrimp is done. We don't have to wait for that to cook. That's why I buy pre-cooked shrimp. So let's go ahead and work on some more patties and I'll get back with you. Okay, so now that our St. Paul patties are done cooking, and that can also be egg foo young, just by the way. You can eat it with some gravy and some rice if you want to. But in St. Louis, we eat shrimp St. Paul's or any type of St. Paul's, but mine is the shrimp one. So at that point, you can toast your bread. I have toasted mine. I just put a little butter on it and I toasted it in the skillet. You can do it with mayo. You can do it with garlic butter. You can do it any type of way. So you're just gonna go ahead and lay your piece of bread down. I'm taking my mayo. I'm using Japanese mayo because it's more creamier and it tastes better to me. But, you know, do what you want. I'm just gonna spread that around like that. I'm gonna add a little bit more, just a little bit, and spread it. There you go. And then I'm going to put some of my lettuce on there. You can use shredded lettuce, but I do like the leaf lettuce on this type of sandwich. So I have that on there, and then I'm gonna take one of my patties. I'm gonna place that on top. You can place it this way. There we go. And then lastly, the St. Paul's do come with pickles on there, so I am going to toss a couple of dill pickles. And of course, this is up to your liking. If you don't like pickles, you can eliminate it, but this is what we do in St. Louis. So I'm only gonna do 4 slices, and literally, I'm only gonna do 4 slices, and literally that is all. So I'm just gonna add my top slice on top. And I'm gonna go ahead and cut it in half, and I'll show you the end product. Ta-da! We are all finished. This is my version of the St. Louis Shrimp St. Paul. Bon appetit. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And I'll see you next time.
Hey, hold up, slow up, hey. Let me love you a long time. Hold up, slow up, hey. Let me